I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
Names all over the place, but Usyk, he can fight Joshua, he can fight Andy Ruiz, Frank Sanchez.
Still super fights.
Yep.
Those are super fights, especially, him and AJ, in my opinion, will always be a super fight no matter what. Him and Usyk.
Two action figures going at it. They're both very
absolutely so.
Big punchers. AJ's a massive puncher.
Table still for him. We have a lot of options. And speaking of that, I told him the other day. I sent him a voice call thing, and I was explaining to him, like, think about the position you in, bro. The position he in after a defeat is a position that most fighters or people aren't even in position in after they win a fight. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, if Deontay Wilder decided not to do this again, look at what he has done, and then look what he's leaving with: legacy, high finance. And if he wanted to stay, he could become two-time heavyweight champion of the world.
Those are the words of Malik Scott as he explains the position that Deontay Wilder's in, the potential fights that he could have, and what he's already accomplished in the sport of boxing. Let me counterpunch. Malik Scott, I believe, and I'm convinced, is a far better trainer than he ever will be a fighter. But because he was a fighter, that was the foundation that he needed to become what I think destiny has led him to be. The destiny that led him to be a trainer. Because you can tell by listening to Malik Scott, he definitely has a boxing brain, okay? He has a lot of knowledge. You can tell he's a thinker. He's not just talking just to be talking, even though he can talk, even though he's articulate, even though, he has character, but he has intelligence behind all that. It has to be fueled by something. And that's what he has. That's what he possesses. And what he said about Deontay Wilder was absolutely right. His fighter lost. But the weird thing about Wilder losing, it's almost like the way Wilder lost to Tyson Fury is like the way that Arturo Gatti lost to Mickey Ward. It wasn't even a thing of winning and losing. It was a thing of like, man, what type of fight did I just watch? Like, what was that? You know what I mean? Those kind of, they give you the chill bumps, the goosebumps, some people call it, right? It's like, it makes your hair stick up on the back of your neck. That type of fight that you're involved in. And that's the type of fight that Wilder was involved in. So what Malik Scott was saying, like, listen, you could become two-time heavyweight champion of the world. You're on the superstar status. You're still a talked about name because you were involved in this saga. And I don't care what you say. The third fight brought everything together the way it should have been. Okay. Not the controversial first fight with decision. Not the, stoppage and it's everybody's fault like it was in the second fight. But the third fight was like, hey, everybody had it out. Everybody got the energy that they need to express out. And it was a reckoning, okay? But the reckoning was shortly after highly respected, okay? So if Deontay Wilder plans to come back into the sport, I agree with Malik Scott. It's guys like AJ, always be a super fight. Usyk, if Usyk beats AJ, always be a super fight. Okay? Tyson Fury would probably be the last, but then you have Dillian White also. You have Andy Ruiz. You have so many different fights that he could get involved in that would make him a massive amounts of money. And then it's almost like he's the boss of bosses because he's involved in these action-packed fights, win, lose, or draw. So it will be a high demand, and his marquee value can cause him to ask for more money. Just like Derek Chisora does across the pond in the UK. As a lot of you guys know, that he will say, hey, you know what? I'm the one selling this fight. I want more money. And look how many losses he has. So it doesn't even really matter about the losses. It matters about the excitement you bring. It matters on how many people buy those tickets. How many seats are you filling? That's what it comes down to. And Deontay Wilder has earned that right to ask for $10 million. Okay, he's earned that because of the fight that he was involved in. And then it's a rare thing to have that type of juice when you lose. But that actually had to come at great sacrifice because there were multiple knockdowns. I think it was 3 or 4 compared to the 2 that he gave Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. But it was a very, very hellacious fight. Okay, so what Malik Scott was really just telling Deontay Wilder is that, he has options. Daryl Russian, what's causing all this? He has options, right? So I think that Deontay Wilder coming back to the sport, he has the cast off. He's in good spirits. I think he should do further tests though to see where he is. He needs a neuro report upstairs to see, a CAT scan to see where is everything at, because he did take a lot of hellacious blows. I mean, hard, flush, hellacious blows from Tyson Fury. So I would be comfortable just doing that just for safe measure instead of, hey, the excitement, people want to see you. Let's make sure he's okay. If he hasn't done that already, he might have be, because someone in the comments might, he already done that, But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Malik Scott telling us the position that Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder currently is in. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.